Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande finally clear the air. We are in a non-demi-curious, semi-binary relationship.
That every queer person knows it from the beginning. Most of us do, but we don't necessarily know the language.
Should Ethan be stressing over Cynthia Erivo's strange obsession with Ariana Grande? Because at this point, it's getting straight up awkward and nobody would blink if it later came out that Cynthia was the real reason Ariana suddenly pumped the brakes on those wedding plans. It sounds wild right now, but the way these clips keep piling up is making people stare harder than ever. And even though Ariana is recovering from COVID, with Frankie Grande telling E! News that she's doing fine and resting during the Wicked for Good press tour, the internet refuses to drop this storyline. Folks keep pulling up those odd moments between her and Cynthia, and the more anyone watches them together, the faster those puzzle pieces start snapping into place. Ariana disappearing to rest makes total sense, but what's throwing everyone off is Cynthia suddenly acting like Ariana is her emotional support twin flame. It's giving way too close, and people can't help but wonder what exactly is going on behind the scenes. Now, before things get even deeper, here's the moment that kicked this whole theory into motion. A report started blowing up online, claiming that Cynthia finally put a label on her connection with Ariana, and once that rumor hit the timeline, everything shifted instantly. And this so-called label is confusing everybody because no one can figure out what it's supposed to mean. According to the report, Cynthia and Ariana are in a non-demi-curious, semi-binary relationship, and the internet has been staring at that sentence like it's written in another language.
Do any super gay people want to explain what this means?
The explanation going around makes it even stranger. People are saying the label basically means, we are not an actual couple, but we're curious about what that could mean and everything. So it's not a relationship, but it's also not a relationship. It's close but not official, open but not defined, connected but not committed. Everyone is asking, what are we even doing here? Because the whole thing sounds like someone trying to avoid giving a straight answer while still keeping the door open just in case. And sure, Cynthia identifies as queer and bisexual, something she talked about proudly in her 2022 British Vogue interview. But being part of the LGBTQ+ community doesn't magically turn every single friendship into romance. That's not how any of this works. But this whole non-demi, semi-binary curious energy had people side-eyeing instantly because it doesn't sound like a friendship label. It sounds like someone quietly tiptoeing around a crush they don't want to admit out loud. But the story didn't stop there. The very next morning pushed the internet right over the edge. Someone posted a video from a Wicked press moment where Mark Platt lightly touches Ariana's arm, and Cynthia's reaction in the background had people losing it instantly. It started as a normal public moment, nothing strange at all, until Cynthia Erivo swooped in out of nowhere. Mark Platt lightly touched Ariana's arm, and Cynthia immediately jumped forward, grabbed Ariana's arm, and kissed the exact spot like she was claiming it on the spot. The internet couldn't believe it. The comments were ruthless. One person said, "Can't have a man touching her," and the wild part is, that actually described the energy perfectly. It was giving Territorial vibes, and people weren't shy about saying it online. But if anyone thought the arm-grabbing moment was odd, the next situation had the entire internet convinced Cynthia is way too locked in on Ariana Grande. During the Wicked for Good premiere in Singapore, a fan ran straight at Ariana in excitement. Full sprint, zero boundaries, straight chaos. Ariana flinched instantly. She looked terrified. Security was still processing the moment. And Cynthia? She was already there. Cynthia stepped in faster than the actual guards. She shoved the guy back and shielded Ariana like she was her personal bodyguard. And that clip went viral within seconds. People were stunned at how intense Cynthia's reaction was. But what pushed everything even further was what happened afterward. The fan, Johnson Ween, ended up arrested, served 9 days in jail, and even got banned from Singapore. The whole situation had everyone talking nonstop. Altogether, they deported him back to Australia and made it clear he won't be returning anytime soon. And to understand why Cynthia reacted the way she did, people have to go back to something Ariana said long before any of this chaos even happened. Ariana talked about feeling safe with Cynthia every single day, saying they have love and trust in each other, and that she truly believes they were supposed to be in each other's lives. Bestie. The shippers grabbed that quote and ran like it was a full fan fiction chapter dropping in real time. They treated it like confirmation of something deeper, and the internet didn't slow down for a second. And after everyone lost their minds over Ariana saying she was meant to be in Cynthia's life, things got even stranger. Right before the Wicked for Good premiere in New York, Variety reported that Cynthia Erivo lost her voice and wouldn't be doing interviews at all, but then guess who else suddenly skipped interviews? Ariana Grande. The timing had the internet spinning. Now sure, Ariana's reason made perfect sense because she's recovering from COVID, but people instantly clocked how these two moved from emotional twinning to public appearance twinning. Like whatever one does, the other follows without hesitation. Folks online were saying it looked less like coincidence and more like they were syncing up on purpose. And speaking of matching states, or whatever anyone wants to call this intense mirroring, these two literally have matching tattoos.
You got tattoos like a bunch, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We did.
We have both.
Where are they? What are they?
On our hands.
We have for good on our hands.
Yes.
And they,
Now that's in like,
we got them on opposite, so when we hold hands, they touch. It's so crazy.
It's ridiculous. We have our
It's a lot.
puppies.
We have our poppies.
oh, I love the poppy scene.
Cynthia posted hers proudly, showing off the tattoo she got with Ariana and writing a long emotional message about how Ariana is one in a million. She even said that if she could do the whole journey again, she would still choose her as Belinda. The post sent fans into a frenzy instantly. She even said Ariana was a gift she was lucky to get, and that line made fans pause for a second. And yeah, Ariana and Cynthia getting tattoos together isn't shocking to anyone. Ariana has gotten matching ink with people before. But here's where longtime fans started saying, oh no, we've seen this movie already. Because this isn't the first time Ariana shared meaningful matching tattoos with someone she was close to. Back in 2018, she did the exact same thing with Pete Davidson. And when that relationship crashed hard, both of them rushed to cover, hide, or laser those tattoos like they needed them gone immediately. It was messy then, and people are wondering if something similar is brewing again. So now fans are asking real questions. Is this setting up another weird pattern? Are they repeating history, and is Cynthia getting way too locked in with someone who is clearly already overwhelmed right now? The internet loves a theory, and this one started snowballing fast. And right when those questions started bubbling up, a new clip dropped and made the whole situation even stranger. One person jumped into the comments saying, "No, she is PWN, her showing the world that she is the dominant person in the relationship. It is basically psychological abuse, a heavy accusation that instantly set people off." Then someone else backed it up with another comment saying, "Yes, for sure, her constant invasion of Grande's physical space is meant to break down resistance. The fact that she does this in public means that she knows Grande won't react negatively." The whole thread went wild, and people couldn't stop debating what the dynamic between these two actually is. One comment even said, "I think someone realized when she was so distraught over the bombing that she was vulnerable, and the fact that this take got thousands of likes shows how many people are thinking the same thing. It's intense, but that's exactly why so many viewers are saying Ethan Slater should be at least a little concerned right now." Anyone would raise an eyebrow after watching these clips. The energy is getting impossible to ignore. And right when the internet was already clocking how strange things felt, the breakup rumors between Ariana and Ethan started heating up again. They kept showing up at the same Wicked for Good premieres, the same events, the same carpets, but acting like two co-workers who barely know each other. No posing together, no warm moments, nothing that even hinted at romance. Then Ethan went on the Today Show and made everything 10 times worse. The host asked him how it felt working with your girlfriend every day, and instead of answering normally, he dodged the question instantly. He said the whole cast was incredible, which sounded fine. But then he complimented Ariana and Cynthia at the same time, like he was trying to keep things extremely neutral.
Well, I mean, the entire cast was incredible, and Ariana's brilliant.
The way he tiptoed around the question had people watching like, Why is he talking like that? Because it looked like he was trying to avoid saying anything that could stir the pot even more. Everything he said was so neutral that fans were like, come on, nobody missed that. The audience instantly started saying the relationship is either done or hanging by a thread, because if everything was normal, he would have answered the question straight without blinking. One person even said, LOL, the dodge of the girlfriend question, whatever their relationship status is. If they were truly in love, they'd be proud to talk about each other. That comment had people nodding fast. Another viewer added, the NDA between him and Ariana has been signed, which had everyone convinced that there's something he's not allowed to say. And honestly, the more people look at everything together, the distance, the dodged answers, the stiff body language on carpets, the whole trail keeps pointing in the same direction. At this point, it really feels like all roads lead right back to Cynthia Erivo. And the real question now is, what happens next? Because whatever is brewing here, it's drifting way past just a movie, and nobody is ready for where this might go next. So what do people think is really going on behind the scenes? Drop thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe for more, share this with someone who needs the tea, and see you on the next one.